Hi, I'm Beata Bukowski, and this is my team's 10 Commandments commitment. Hi guys, Beata Bukowski here, reaching out to you with what we've developed here at our team, and we called it the 10 Commandments commitment. This is everything that you absolutely have to not do while going through the loan process. The first one I want to talk about today is thou shall not change jobs or become self-employed. Listen, we're looking for a 2-year history of your employment. You need to be employed either in the same line of business for a minimum of 2 years, or you have to be employed in a similar manner for the last 2 years. Because if you're not, there's going to be trouble. The only time and the only exception we can make is if you were in college studying and preparing for your current position. We don't need for you to work in that position for 2 years. Otherwise, remember, never ever think of changing a job until way after the closing. Thou shall not buy a car, a truck, or a van, or an RV for that, unless you plan on living in it full time. Again, remember, anything like that will add to your debt unless you've got enough cash to buy it and not jeopardize your down payment that you are planning on putting on your property. So, creating new debt will always affect your debt to income ratio, and as such will affect what you can buy and for how much you can buy. Again, if you don't plan on living in your RV full time, make sure you don't buy it and finance it until way after the closing. The third commandment is thou shalt not use credit cards or, God forbid, fall behind on your payments. This is a big one. In anticipation of your new home, you may get a little bit excited and may want to go out and celebrate with a beautiful dinner and charge it on your credit card. And guess what? That credit card payment can actually do damage because it will increase your debt, it will possibly lower your credit score, and will also affect your debt to income ratio, which is in direct correlation affecting what you can buy it for how much. Unless you run it by us, do not charge your credit card during the process or very minimal. The fourth commandment is thou shalt not spend the money you so hard worked for to save for the down payment. What it means is, if you give us a bank statement and it has a specific amount of money and we tell you that this is sufficient for your purchase, do not take out any of that cash unless you run it by us and you get an okay from us. Otherwise, you're jeopardizing your position to be approved and to get into your home. The fifth commandment is thou shalt not buy furniture before moving into a home and actually closing on the home. What I mean is, first of all, when you go out and buy furniture, you add additional debt to your debt to income ratio, and that may be jeopardizing if you can even buy the home. But also, this can jeopardize your credit score because opening new credit usually does. Do not buy the furniture. Here's a tip. Go out, look at it, draw it out for yourself, and just wait and look at the picture till you actually close on the home. How is that? The sixth commandment is thou shalt not originate any inquiries onto your credit report. Any new inquiries, I shall add. What I mean by this is if anybody offers you a 10, 20, 50 million% discount on your next purchase at the store, kindly decline. What? That inquiry will, first of all, have to be explained, which may not be a big deal, but if that inquiry resulted in debt, it does have a potential of lowering your credit score and again, jeopardizing your position to buy the home. The seventh commandment is thou shalt not make any large deposits or any cash deposits into your bank account. This one is a huge one. We have to explain every single deposit that goes into your bank account for the entire process, but also 2 months back. So if you're planning on making any big deposits, Do it way before you even think about buying a home. Otherwise, you're gonna have to be confessing to us. And guess what? Confession to lenders is not the prettiest thing to do. I promise you that. Remember, cash is not verifiable. We do not know where it came from. And as we don't know where it came from, we won't let you use it towards your down payment. So that's money gone, non-existent. And then if you make a large deposit and you can't explain where it really came from, we can't use this either. So you may be short of funds. The 8th commandment is, thou shalt not change bank accounts. Listen, I would think that this is so obvious. Not for all. So here's the deal. If you change bank accounts, we have to prove that you closed the old one, that you transferred the money to the new one. We need to wait for a bank statement and on and on and on. Please don't change anything that can potentially ruin our quick process that we are developing for you to get your loan approval. We are on number 9. The 9th commandment is, thou shalt not cosign anybody else's loan. I know you may have a friend, you may have a family member, you may have so many that ask you for a favor. Remember, if you do a favor to them, that will jeopardize or potentially jeopardize your position for you to get into your home. So, you're not co-signing anything, not a credit card, not a car loan, not a home loan, not an RV loan, nothing that can potentially add to your debt to income ratio and strain it too much. The 10th commandment pretty much just wraps it up. Thou shalt not purchase anything until after the closing, and I mean way after the closing, okay? That means you're not buying furniture, you will not buy anything new on a credit card, you will not charge up that cruise that you wanted to take somebody special on, you're not gonna do anything that may, again, add debt to your credit report, may add strain onto your credit score, and onto your debt to income ratio till way after the closing. Way after the closing is the key here.